If you've ever felt like life was a series of random events that somehow only made sense when you took a step back to look at the grand scheme of things, then congratulations, you are not alone. I'm 20 today, so what has it been like? Let's rewind a bit. Teenage years. No, a bit further. Childhood, a magical time where it felt like nothing could go wrong. I really didn't give a care in the world because I only had cartoon and playtime on my mind all the time. I think it's nice that I grew up on some amazing cartoons and shows, and the best part was sharing this phase with my younger sister. I remember being somewhat annoying in the third grade up until the sixth grade, and it was only ever to girls too. I also remember getting slapped for being a nuisance one afternoon in the sixth grade. How about the fast forward? Teenage years, a mix of awkwardness and learning, right? Except the learning was always the hard way. Like what? I mean, that's if you ignore the advice given to you. Experience is the best teacher, isn't that how the quote goes? Okay, but picture this. You're trying to impress your crush with a handmade card with a poem written in it expressing what you feel about her. How you feel about her, only to find it in the trash later on and getting laughed at by your friends. Or you sent a text that you felt was romantic, only to see it as a screenshot on her story later that day and getting laughed at by your friends. Okay, those were not really my friends. Yeah, that was me trying everything I could to be this, kind of romantic guy. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Actually, nothing ever did. Being a teenager, especially a younger teenager, was like trying to decode a secret language that you didn't know about because you weren't invented when it was being created. And then there's also the constant struggle of trying to fit in with everyone else while sticking out like a sore thumb. And now looking back, those times were a mixture of me being the center of laughter and a ton of embarrassment. So yeah, rough times. My later teenage years introduced me to the arts of saving, shopping for groceries, but for myself this time around, and the ominous world of responsibilities. Also at this point, my culinary skills were pretty much non-existent. Like I end up burning egg when I wanted to boil it. How does that even happen? But then I realized that adulting wasn't about having it all figured out, but rather embracing the sort of imperfect nature of the process and constantly improving with each experience. Besides, our parents, who are obviously adults, also don't have everything figured out. We like to think they do, or we expect them to, but they don't. They are literally also experiencing that point of their lives for the first time. So next time you disagree with them, try to see things from their own perspective. Maybe you'll give them that little bit of understanding that they could use, cause why not? So far, I'm also grateful to have had my fair share of unexpected victories, like scoring a scholarship or two, organizing a small party, or even making it to the other side of the highway in this country. I swear most people with cars have no chip. They'll see a group of pedestrians on the edge of the road and they don't think to stop or at least slow down. Just wait till I get a car, I'll treat pedestrians better than this. Anyways, each little achievement felt like a huge win. I mean, you don't win every day, but you also shouldn't feel like a loser every day as well. Actually taking risks or at least doing stuff is what brings about up and downs. If a person is born and they grew up and they died on the same spot, nothing that happens to them is inherently caused by them. That is to say that they don't influence their own circumstances. But for us that choose to go out and live, well, there's now a 100% chance that an experience is going to come out of it, pleasant and unpleasant. It's now up to you to choose how you tell the story and from whose or what perspective. What's on the horizon? Looking ahead, wait, what have I even achieved and what did I miss? Well, I started this channel for one. I scored 2 scholarships programs in my time. I started learning how to play the guitar, even though I don't physically own one yet. And I actually learned how to cook. Oh yeah, I also learned how to talk to people. And yes, that's an actual achievement for me. Well, I still never learned how to drive. I've never been in a relationship. And given my past experiences, I think I'm going to have to let this go for now. I've also never hopped on a plane before, meaning I've never been out of Nigeria too. Sheesh. As for goals though, I'm doing this beat course. It seems this type of videos that are made for one's future self tend to set expectations and stuff. So mine are definitely to graduate and earn a decent living afterwards. I want to be able to build my parents a house, finally put in my years of architecture school to work. I also want to get a car. I want to get to travel outside Nigeria, maybe get married before I turn 30. And I'll also like to monetize this channel and my second channel course. I might not fully pursue architecture later on. At least that's how I feel for now. There's obviously more, but I wouldn't like to jinx them. I also have some journaled, but these are just the highlights. Closing out this video with something I learned a while back that I've picked up along the way. Life is too short to stress about unnecessary things. People tend to forget stuff in about 10 minutes if it's not very significant. I know you've heard that everyone lives in their own bubble, and that's actually true. If people don't make a conscious effort to retain an experience or something like that, they are going to forget, very soon because it's stored in their short-term memory. People are too busy living in their own worlds to care, at least most of the time, and it's perfectly okay not to have everything figured out by 20. Most likely you won't anyways. So here's to being 20 and surviving, but not quite thriving. If you're still here at the end, drop your thoughts in the comment. Until next time, keep smiling and remember, life isn't perfect and it was never supposed to be.